Guys, what is going on? Nick here with Gear Nut, and Flashlight Z sent down another flashlight for us to check out. So a big thank you to Flashlight Z. If you guys are looking to pick one of these up or any other flashlights like this, go over to Flashlight Z in the description box below. I'll have a link to this flashlight and their website, and they have chargers and batteries as well. I would highly recommend picking up a good quality charger and some really good quality 18650s for this. So, the Klarus G35. This is a new light. This is going to be a thrower. You guys see that? This thing means business. So, this has a, let's read this LED off for you. It's a Cree XHP35 HID4 LED. It's going to produce 2,000 lumens of light. And don't worry about the 2,000 lumens on your run times, because your run times on this thing are going to be crazy. If you're looking for a flashlight that has really good run times, this is going to be a light you really want to check out. So, because it has three 18650s, it's got a really nice LED, it has a beautiful reflector, it's got basically AR coating, anti-reflective coating. Let me see if I can't get that. There you go. Look at that. I absolutely love it. This flashlight has a lot of features. It does a lot of things. It's IPX8 waterproof. I'll try to put a clip in for that as well. But you're definitely going to want to take and read your instructions. They're very detailed, and they are worth the read. There's a lot of information in there. So I'm going to set those off to the side, and I'm going to tell you what I know about the light. This is going to be what comes with it. It's going to be a lanyard and an O-ring. You know, it's really nice that Klarus gives you extra O-rings for your light, especially on something like this. This is going to be a light that sticks with you for quite a while. It has heat fins. It's got very good flat spots and knurling. If you're wondering about that side switch, it has a flat spot right here. It's the only flat spot on this portion right here that my thumb is on. So it's easy to find. If you're struggling to find that switch in the night, you can always come back on the tail cap. So you can turn this light on and tail stand it. It is extremely nice that the G series has the two switches. So if you can't find the side switch, you can always go to the tail switch. So some information: if you are running 3600 milliamp hour 18650s in this light, you are going to get these run times. So your low is going to be 10 lumens for 210 hours. That's crazy. And your next level up is going to be medium at 100 lumens for 44 hours. Next one up is going to be high at 400 lumens for 13 hours, 45 minutes. And then 2,000 lumens on your turbo for 3 hours. Now if you look at the beam, check that out. It has a very good spill coming out around it and a very high intensity concentrated beam. That is where this thing is going to start throwing. That's what it's designed around. It's good for search and rescue if you have to be looking in canyons and stuff like that. If you need a beam and it needs to be portable, look how portable this is. So, size factor, every single one of these squares on this backdrop is 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. So one square is 1/2 inch, two squares is 1 inch, so on. So 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. I'll set this light down. You guys can get an idea of how big this thing is. It's chunky. It's a, as they say, it's a soda can or a pop can style light, but yet it's very comfortable in your hand. It's very comfortable in the forward grip. It's also very comfortable in the downward grip, and it is very easy to use. The buttons, you know, just go through. And if you're wondering, let's turn this off. Strobe warning, we're going to turn it on. Double tap, strobe. That's 2,000 lumens for 6 hours. Another double tap, and that is going to take you into SOS at 100 lumens for 132 hours. Let's get out of that, shall we? Turned it off. So, this flashlight has more features. It's got ITS technology. If you don't know what ITS technology is, it's Intelligent Temperature System. which means it downgrades your light output when the light gets hot. So if your light gets hot, the batteries get hot, it's going to downgrade your light output. It's going to go from turbo down to high, down to medium, down to low. It'll even turn off if it has to. That is going to save your light from overheating and save you from having battery issues from overheating. It's extremely important when you have this much power packed in here that you have ITS. That is a must. So Klarus, fantastic job on the ITS. I did test it out, by the way, and it works. The flashlight did get extremely warm, and then it cooled itself down, which is really awesome by downgrading your light output. It does have heat fins right here, as you guys can see. They did go with a flush style button. If you looked at the SHOT Show, the 2017 SHOT Show in Las Vegas videos, they did have a protruding doming button. I'm really glad that Klarus went with a flat style button. And this thing does have lockout. You just push both the tail button and the side button, and you push and hold those. It's gonna blink. Now it's in lockout mode, and you just rapid tap to take it out of there on either one of the switches, and it works. So, batteries. If you do not have three 18650s, and that's what this thing runs off of. If you do not have three 18650s in an emergency, you can use one 18650, or you can use two CR123As. Don't believe me? Well, I'm going to show you. But first I want to talk about this. This is your tail cap. There is a lot of technology in this. There's a lot of manufacturing in this. So you have two coil springs, you have two long studs, you have a short stud, and another contact point. Be very careful, take your time when you guys are putting this tail cap on. Inside of here, there is going to be a red bay down at the very bottom. If I can get the light in there and show you. There's the red bay, and then there's two black bays. The red bay is the important bay. For single cell use, you have to use the red bay. There's also two holes here for your long studs to go in when you put your light together, and then there's another plunger right here. So be careful when you're doing this. When you take your battery cap off, you know, you're going to put your single 18.6. You know what? Let's do the CR123As because everybody's going to want to see that. Positive sides down, line up your studs. Take your time when screwing this and putting this on. You know, last thing you want to do is put that on incorrectly and break something. So, but with let's check it out. Let's try it. And there's your low, and that's your high. So this light, the G35, is going to take and look at your battery, and it's going to judge the light output on what your battery is. So if you only have one battery or two batteries or three batteries in here, it's going to look at it and say this is what the output can have. This is what the output can handle. So if your batteries are below 50% charged, it's not going to give you 2000 lumens. It's going to look at it and it's going to judge it by what it has. That's going to protect your batteries from being overdrained or overexerted. So there's a lot of technology in this flashlight, and let's do the single 18650 in the red bay, positive side down, and line your studs up with the hole. There we go. There's a lot of technology that went into this light. And I must say, if you're looking for a single throwing light like this that has multiple outputs and extreme runtimes, I'm going to put this in the extreme runtime category. You know, it's not a single cell flashlight, it's a multi-cell flashlight, and it has a lot of capabilities. In an emergency, you can use a single 18650 or two CR123s. It's really awesome. You know, so there's a lot of versatility. If you're into search and rescue, if you have a job like that, or if you have a farm, or if you have a big wide open area that you guys need to check, if you're checking on cattle, if you are just trying to keep kids out of your fields, stuff like that, or if you're just a flashlight enthusiast, I would highly recommend checking out this flashlight. This thing is freaking awesome. I'm going to roll in some footage of it being used, and hopefully that actually does it justice. But Flashlight Z, big thank you for sending this flashlight down. This is an awesome light. It is very manageable in the hand, you know. It's you can grip it both ways, there's not a big deal. It's really easy to find these buttons, and if I struggle at night, I can just go back here to the tail. It does tail stand like a champion, and you can use it as a lantern in your living room like I did in case there's an emergency, which would be kind of cool. So stay tuned and we'll take this out and show you some different light outputs. This is IPX8 waterproof, by the way. This is going to be the Klarus G35. And here's going to be your low. And this thing's designed to throw. You know, I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's a thrower. Next one up is going to be this one. And it really starts tossing out here. Another one up. You guys can start seeing the wall. And I think this is going to be the last one. That's going to be 2,000 lumens. It's going to go out to the wall. It's got a nice spill to it. You guys can see the beam shot. We're going to do a side-by-side on this as well. Now let's grab the XT30R and the XT, or actually the G35, and we're gonna turbo both of them up. All right, so on the left is gonna be the XT30R, and on the right is gonna be the G35 by Klarus. They're both very impressive lights. When you guys stick them together, you really got a lot of light to be going around with. And these things are getting hot. But I'd have to say that I'm happy with both of these lights. You know, the G35 is going to have a heck of a lot longer runtime. The XT30R is going to have a little bit shorter runtime, but it's going to be a sleeker design. So, Nick here with Gear Nut. Hope you enjoyed this little flashlight video. I'll check you guys later.